Now, when my husband and I started dating, I knew we were both broke, so we both split it.
He's been addicted to drugs since 16 years old. He didn't graduate from high school. He just went straight into selling drugs. What do y'all think is going to happen? And you mean to tell me that somebody who became his wife knew nothing about any of this? But y'all be thinking it's a game and no big deal.
A bunch of dudes being like, he deserves better. He deserves better. He would. They just don't have the self-respect to get up and leave and do it.
Husbands here are actually called the pillar of the house, and wives here are called the light of the house. It's not because we are servants or we are slaves. The thought of that, it's a partnership.
Hey guys, welcome back to More Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to make sure you get my videos as soon as I release them. All right, guys, let's hop right into it.
I'm going to be honest with you. You asked to split the date, split the cost or anything. It's not a date. Of course, I have no problem, treating my man, of course. Until then, I mean, if you invite me, you have to pay.
Now, when my husband and I started dating, I knew we were both broke, so we both split it.
Well, then let's go to Chipotle.
You see that? You see, she said, when me and my husband were dating, I knew that we were both broke, so we both split it. The difference. Now, I can't say there's none back in America, but there's a big difference.
Chipotle, so you can pay for the whole thing. That's how I feel about that. Why don't you pick a place that you can actually afford or something? There are other things that you can do on a date. Maybe you go to the mall or something and walk around, get to know each other, go to the food court, get something cheap.
All right, now, what she said at the end, she redeemed herself somewhat. When she said there's other things you can do, maybe go to the mall, something, go to the food court. But still, you already know she's trying to cover it up because she's on, you guys know what I'm saying. She's saving face because she's on the news. She felt strongly about that first statement. You can tell she felt strongly because you know who she's influenced by. She's influenced by the long-term, long-time effortness. Get that bag, woman. You don't need to settle for nobody. That's just what it is. And man, it's sad. But that's what it is. On to the next video.
Had a heart defect is because of his drug abuse history. Like, he was the cause of her defect. Y'all can Google this. Anybody who abuses cocaine, ketamine, which she did too, he actually OD'd on ketamine twice. Cocaine, ketamine, all those type of things, like, it causes cognitive, like, disorders and dysfunction, like that. So that's why my daughter's heart was fucked up, and he took it really hard. And I just wasn't with it. Like, I told him once I found out about his history, I was like, look, the moment you start using, I'm out. So I thought giving him that ultimatum was going to, like, keep him doing well.
So his name is Gunplay. He has a swastika tattooed on his body. He's been addicted to drugs since 16 years old. He didn't graduate from high school. He just went straight into selling drugs. He's 20 plus years older than you. Has gotten arrested for armed robbery. I mean, what do y'all think is going to happen? Why is this such a surprise? All of this information is Googleable.
Jennifer, I have a deep, burning question for you. Why do girls like bad boys?
They like a little excitement. Maybe they're done with like the boring, nice guy.
I found it within 5 minutes. And you mean to tell me that somebody who became his wife knew nothing about any of this?
More mysterious, and because they're more fun.
The dangerous side in them, I guess, like it makes you feel kind of like uneasy, but in a good way.
Let's BFFR. Because what it truly is that y'all ignore these things because you're scared to miss out on the money. And as we continue to see time and time again with these types of men, whether they're broke or rich, whether they're famous or not, that they will leave you with them kids. They will abuse you, they will embarrass you, and most and worst importantly, they will curse you and your children.
If you like bad boys, why don't you guys like nice guys?
I mean, who says that bad boys are not nice?
Isn't that like the definition of the word?
No, bad boys could do bad things to other people, and as a girl that's with him, it's fun.
So he's bad, but just not bad to you.
Yes, that's what makes it fun.
But y'all be thinking it's a game and no big deal. Meanwhile, your child walking around with birth defects, mental illnesses, and suicidal thoughts, all because you were selfish in who you chose to breed with.
What makes nice guys boring?
They're a little too safe, even though they're probably the right option. Maybe girls want to be with like someone a little crazy for a little while.
Y'all have a good day. Peace.
Wasn't that? I'll tell you what it is. She was young and dumb. That same young little girl mind frame. My man is a thug. My man is a gangster. My man, if anybody knows about gunplay, my man goes and gets in fights with the whole G unit. That's things gunplay did. My man don't care. She was into it. I think she's still in her 20s. She was into it then. Now, when the problems come, curse his name. Curse his name. So actually, I feel bad for gunplay. She's trying to change his life. So he got with her. He did have money. So now something's going wrong. Curse his name. Foul, man. She just switched on him just like that. It's wild. That's on her. She got with a man knowing his past. Just as the lady said, all this stuff is Googleable. All this stuff you already know. You knew he was an issue. Why did you settle for him? Not even settle. It was kind of an upgrade and a settle at the same time, but that's what women want. So you got what you asked for. Exactly. Next video. Now, I reacted to this video already, but I'm reacting to what she says. I like her input, but also I want to still react to what she says as well. You guys get it. Let's go.
Why are you choosing to wait? I'm a monogamist, and I like to make sure that I know what I'm getting into before I get into it. And then also on top of that, she has her rules. Rules like?
I don't want to have the guy for a year after knowing him.
So he has to wait a year before.
This video made me cackle. I was kiki in my bed when I saw this. And I cannot down a sugar baby. I used to be a sugar baby myself. Okay, the trade is there. It's supply and demand. But what I find...
You know, it's wild. When I heard her break that down, I said, that's exactly what he is. A sugar daddy, and she's a sugar baby. Of course, I knew it at the first instance when I first seen it. But let me let it finish. You guys get what I'm saying.
Hilarious in this video is the comments. It's a bunch of dudes being like, he deserves better. He deserves better. Leave. Find someone better. You think that if he had the option, he would? He would. They just don't have the self-respect to get up and leave and do it. There's something that we need to understand about every single human being. We all know exactly our downfalls. We know exactly what's wrong with us. We ignore our actual wants and needs for happiness because we don't want to be alone. Everybody knows what's wrong with him. Do you think if that 40-year-old man wanted better than a 22-year-old woman who has 2 kids that's not going to give it up for a year, he'd go get it? Duh. He's 40. He knows better. People in the comments being like, oh, she's playing you. He knows she's playing him. When you're in that kind of dynamic of a relationship, the dude knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that in order to get a woman his age, he's not going to have to pay her bills. He's not going to do this, but he doesn't want to because his ego and his pride is up here. And he knows that, like, A, I'm not that attractive of a guy, but I've got money. So in order to have a young, hot woman on my arm, I have to pay for her time because the girlies aren't stupid anymore. They know. They're like...
No, it's not that. I got to cut it off right there. Right? It's not that the girlies aren't stupid. It's that he's stupid. Okay? I'll give an example. Perfect example. I'm 42 years old. You know what I make sure I do? What he needs to do? Because him, you can see from his stature, that guy that's doing the interviews got to be probably 5'10", 5'11". The girl is tall. That man about 6'3", maybe 6'4", with a fat pot belly. Do you think if that man was in the gym consistently for years, he would have that problem? Think about it. Do you think if the man groomed himself better, worked on his presentation, he would have that problem? There's a reason why in men's spaces, men always say, hit the gym. Confidence. His confidence is shot. His confidence is here. And she's right. The girl that was breaking it down, she's right. That's the problem. He's thinking, I got the money. I can afford to take care of her. It's fine. He's even degraded himself so much. He's fine when I get in any. And it happens to so many guys. Guys like him, that's why Passport Bros is for someone like him. That man is getting the bag. But you know, it may not be. I'll tell you it may not be. Because he'll go across seas and then find someone, an overseas woman, because they're just like that too. You know, you got to be smart to weave through that. That'll take him for everything he has. And only difference is he'll get something. That's the only difference. Sad to see, man. Next video.
Women that need women them. Are raised to be wives.
You know, that is actually true. It's not because we are being trained to be wives one day. It's just our culture. We actually have a saying here, or a way we call husbands and wives. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to translate it into proper English, but husbands here are actually called the pillar of the house, or haligin ng tahanan. Why? Because pillars are the pillar of the house is actually the one who is keeping the house up and safe. And wives here are called the light of the house, or ilaw ng tahanan, because without, you may have a house, but then it's just gonna be dark without the light inside the house.
I like her.
So it's not because we are servants or we are slaves. If you actually see the thought on that, it's a partnership.
I love it. I love it. What are you waiting for? This is the way.
The wife is supposed to put light inside the house that the husband provided for. So it's just our culture.
You see, and guys like him need that. But you know what happened? He won't find her. He'll find one that's slow down and accept it. And it's sad that guys are not realizing in the West. I mean, I don't know. Maybe guys are not watching YouTube or TikTok. Guys have no clue, right? But also, too, guys, what they do doesn't translate overseas. It's a lot of reasons why. A lot of deciding factors, confidence, a lot mixed in there. But you see, the options are around. They're out there. You can't get fooled by you have 350 million. There's billions. Most of the people in the world are over here. Most of the people in the world are not in the U.S., right? South America, Africa, and Southeast Asia and Asia. That's all the people right there. I don't know. This guy needs to wisen up. I feel bad for the guy in video number 3, man, because he needs to wisen up and realize there's definitely more to life than pinning up and dealing with that.
Oh, absolutely. So he's coming.